Hello, Cassandra. So I'll be doing your makeup look for today. You want to start with the clean face. If you use any moisturizer or anything in your skincare routine, you can do that. Just don't have like too much product in your face. Don't have your face too oily. But yeah, so we're gonna start off with your eyebrows. And the first thing I do is brush them up so that I can start by doing the bottom line. And all the hairs are going in the same direction, going up. It clears the space at the bottom, so I kind of start in the middle. Because I like that gradient effect. And I don't know how your eyebrows are, Emerson. But if they're super thick, you might, like, you see how I have this space right here? That would require me to fill it in. But if your eyebrows are already thick, like, they already look like this, then you only really need to do a bottom line because it would just be too much. So yeah, I'm gonna do it on the other side too. Start from the middle. Sorry, it's hard to look into that camera. Okay, and then start from the middle. Okay, and then when you do the top, you bring the hair down so it's all in one direction again. And there's no hair, and then you do your top line and connect it. And you just kind of follow the shape of your brow for the top one, because, and the bottom one too, but you can also create your like desired look. And yeah, you just follow the natural shape of your brow because there's no like specific eyebrow look for Cassandra. Okay, and then once it's like that, just fill it in however you like. And then you're going to get your concealer. You have some. If you don't have concealer, I recommend using maybe like an eyeshadow that like is a little lighter than your skin tone, because the point of concealer is so that we can carve out our brows and like make them more defined. So hold on. And you're going to want to use a brush that has a flat tip to carve it out to get a straight line. But I'm not going to be using this brush. I will be using this. But that's recommended. I just use it for a different look, so it has purple on it. But yeah. So I usually put it on my hand so it's accessible. And then I carve out a line. This. And I just follow the bottom line I had already made. And then do it again for the other eye. And if you get a little bit of concealer, I mean like try not to, on your brow, you can easily just like wipe it, it's not that deep. And then what I do is that I bring this down so that I have a little bit of concealer on my lid. I also put a little bit of concealer on my lid. But yeah, I just bring it down so that, because when you put concealer on your lid, when you put concealer on your lid, it's easier to apply eyeshadow and things, because powders don't blend, even for like foundations, blush, all that. They don't really blend well into your skin, but they blend well on like when there's already something on the surface. Okay, and I'll just pull it down, and then I usually get like I just keep blending until there's like, it doesn't look like there's like specific strokes that I did. You don't see any lines. You can't see like directions I went in. Okay, and then if it's a little bit pale because it just looks a little bit too much, I usually get like a big fat brush and just like that. So it blends in a little bit more. And sometimes even if I'm having a hard time blending with like some concealers are a little bit, they don't really blend well, I just get like my shade like and I just pat over it a little bit. Okay, yeah, but your look, it's not too difficult compared to the others because we just want it to be as natural as possible, but it is glamorous. So you're gonna start off with I would say like a brown, like a brown, like a light brown. This is kind of like orange. And you're just gonna hit it twice, and then you're gonna start. You saw Oz's thing, like start in the corner, and then drag it. Right. So just start in the corner and drag it. Okay. And then just even it out. Okay. And then you're gonna do that on the other side too. It's easier when you just do like step and then on both eyes, so that you don't do a full eye and you're like to do it all again, you know. So they go through that whole process again on the other side. Just keep. Okay. And then you're kind of gonna leave this blank because you're gonna cut a crease. Okay? You're gonna cut your crease. And then I get a shade that's a little darker. Like I use this first and then I use this. But like I could easily use like this. Anything really. I just want you to have like a brown natural look. And then I'm gonna go into here. Kind of like pat this around like that. And then bring it in again to my crease. And then I'm gonna do it again on the other side. Kind of like pat it in automatic way, and then bring it over. And still like, okay. And then I don't have any more concealer in my eye, but I'm going to put some more concealer because I'm going to cut my eyelid, and I'm going to use the same brush that I use for foundation, for concealer, and then I'm just going to, but that straight brush is really well for this, works really well, and I'm just going to follow the line. You see where like creases, like this line right here, you want to follow that because that's your crease. So you're not going to go above it, because if you do, when you look up, if it's wet, then it's going to, also that's why you have to keep your head tilted back and like try and fan it and dry it, because if you look up like this, the concealer on your lid will fall back to the back of your, I don't want that because it's just going to look like two lines. So I'm just following my crease, keeping my eye tilted like this. It doesn't matter if it's not perfect, because it could be your first time. I don't know how into makeup you are. And then I'm just going to keep my head tilted and cut the other side here, so you can see. It's best, honestly, not to use too much concealer because you don't want it too wet. You want it like wet enough so that it can spread around, but you don't want it too wet because you still have to dry it and you don't want to wait too much time to dry it. But I just go halfway. Okay, I'm back, the video cut off. But yeah, so after, it's actually been a long time since, so I have time to dry. But for this look, I really want you to use something that's like gold that's like this. Like it's like this. But if you don't have that type of, you know, pigmented gold, you can use, like, if you have any other palettes, like this right here, like that's also something good you can use. I mean, you see they're kind of different. This stands out, it's more, it's brighter, it's colder, but this can also work. So on this eye, I'll be using the one from the palette, and this eye I'll be using the shimmer. I mean, I'll just use this, and then you can substitute it however you want. But yeah, so for this, you just have to pack it in there. I would use your fingers because, like, moving a brush around the concealer is not it. But yeah. And you can see. Okay. And then on this side, just gonna pat it again. This is a really nice look. It's one of my favorite. You can go with anything, super classy, super casual, you know. And then just put like a little like inner corner, like that. And then what you're also going to do, we're gonna do a wing liner. So sorry, it's probably burning, but yeah, you're just going to, if you ever done wing before, I don't know if you have or have not, but you're going to follow the bottom lid, the line that follows, and you just and you're just going to follow this line. See? And then I'm gonna do the same with this side. And you follow the line. And then I'm going to start like here and work our way across. Like that. That makes sense, like a little triangle. And then oh, sorry, blocking it. But yeah, then I'm just gonna go over it. Like that. And then again. And then there's another way you could do it where you could start from the middle. And then follow, but you kind of really have to know how the wing works to do that one, I feel like. But hopefully you've done a wing before. It's not too hard on you, or you've seen one. Like you're familiar with it. But if not, it's perfectly fine, and I'm here if you have. Oh my gosh. That's the stuff I hate. But if I have a problem like that, like here, let me give you a little hack. I kind of want to like start small and then gradually like get bigger. Okay. So if you have problems like that, I would just get a little bit of concealer, like not even that much. Like you can literally actually, you can like probably do it. Well, actually, I'm just gonna help. So like I would just get a little bit of concealer, and then like a brush or something. We're just gonna do it straight on here. Like a little bit of concealer. Right? Right? Trust the process. And then get the brush you use to do this. And just pat over like that. You can barely see it, and you can just like play with it. Play with it. Alright, good. And then I'm thinking that I want to give you something dramatic. So I think we're gonna start from here, like where the end of your brow is, and go up. Again, I got a new liner and I keep using the old one. Now this is gonna be a straight line. It kind of got a little bald by accident, but you know, makeup can change. So I just want you to have something like a little, like asymmetrical cool. And it kind of just like it's a little chat bubble. And this keeps getting thicker and thicker. Yeah. You might want it a little thick. Not too thick if you can't really get it as precise. Don't do it too thick because it'll just look like a blob of mess on the Zoom call. Like you won't be able to see the detailing. And just, if anything, go back over it. And then for the lipstick, you can just do something simple like a little gloss or something that you have that you like to use. I'm just going to do a little, give myself a little dark lip moment. And this is Cassandra. Hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, let me know.